Hey guys, I'm here playing a new freeware indie game called Ranger. This one just came out a few hours ago actually from a guy named Foppy Games, hopefully not his birth name. And it's pretty much a twin-stick shooter, with the only difference really being that you don't use twin sticks. Instead you use WASD to move around and your mouse to aim and shoot. So with that mentioned, let's get started. I'll show off a little bit of the gameplay here. So one of the things that makes Ranger a little bit unique when it comes to twin-stick shooters or twin-stick shooter type games is that it uses a line of sight mechanic. So there's an enemy right up around these trees up here, but I can't see him right now because my character can't see him from behind this wall. But if I duck out here, you can see him, and then I can move in here and maybe kind of ambush them, or they can ambush me. Either way. Is that guy still alive? Yes, he was. He just didn't have a weapon. That was merciless of me to beat him down like that. Yeah, so you can kind of play the game being a little bit stealthy, although that is not my way of playing the game. But you can kind of sneak around here, as you can see, and maybe sneak up behind these big Psyducks here and take them out before they get a chance to shoot you. So that's something that gives it kind of a little bit of added depth, which is useful because this game is not as polished or as deep as other twin-stick shooters that have come out in the past few years, like Alien Swarm in particular, which was free. Again, free games, can't really complain too much, but I'm glad that this one did something to set it apart. Now, if I can just get this prisoner to follow me. So the kind of goal of our game is to rescue this prisoner and get him back to our starting point, but I can't seem to get him to follow me too well. The whole game is basically one big escort mission, but it's actually not such a bad thing as it is in a lot of games. Here, let's put it this way, the guy you're escorting isn't retarded, so it seems to work out a little bit better than it does in some other games. And if we get him back to our hideout without getting killed, then we get bonus points and extra weapons for when we roll out next time. And of course, after you beat a mission, you unlock harder and harder missions. So when this one is done, we can start the next one, Mission 4. I'm not sure how many missions there are in the game, but each mission gets actually quite a bit harder. So the mission that you just saw was a lot harder than the first few missions that I've done. As you can see here, there's almost no coverage for me, so it's much more of a challenge for me to actually just get outside of my base. So there's 8 different weapons you can have, from 1 to 8. Ranging from pretty useful to almost entirely worthless. Well, at least by my perspective. It's kind of like it's got the same philosophy when it comes to weapons as a game like Super Crate Box, or in most video games, really. If you think a weapon is going to be good, it's probably going to be awesome. Shotgun's great, Uzi's great. Knife, not so hot. I'm not trying to play Call of Duty here. Plus, what kind of space marine would rescue a prisoner that's surrounded by evil aliens with a knife? I guess a badass, that's who. Crocodile Dundee. So I'm actually getting kind of butt-fucked here as I try to use stealth, but I'm slowly realizing that there's not enough cover for me to make that happen. Oh, what have I done? Thrown myself into the fire. And after I finish this level, for good or bad, I'll call it. And as always, there will be a link in the video description for you guys who want to check this game out. If you're a fan of games like Alien Swarm, Smash TV, Robotron, made a game with zombies in it, this would be up your alley. I'm a huge fan of twin-stick shooters, and while this is far from the best one, it's pretty good. And especially, again, free, can't complain. And as a game made by one guy, it is kind of a Herculean effort. Apparently it took him 3 years to code. This is actually written in Blitz 3D, so this is a 3D language, not 2D, despite the way it looks. So we'll rescue this prisoner and then I guess I'll give it my damnedest here. It's going to be a challenge, but let's see. One thing I wish I knew is whether the levels were procedurally generated, so it was essentially infinite, or whether there's actually a certain number of pre-programmed missions. Based on the few times I've restarted the game, it looks like level 1, level 2 are different each time out. So I think it might be procedurally generated, which is cool because in a game like this where you're mostly trying just to get high score, it's helpful if there's something if there's a kind of an infinite aspect to the game, so you can just keep playing it on and on. Not like we're gonna get a Donkey Kong kill screen up here or anything. Alright, so where'd my prisoner go? Oh, there he is. I guess not my prisoner, the prisoner I'm rescuing. Come on, buddy, run! Run! Oh god! It's a massacre. I can see his head! Alright, so I guess now we just have to take off without him. So, you know, see you aliens later. And no bonus points for me. Well, anyway, yeah, again, fan of the genre, check out Ranger. If you're not a fan of the genre, probably won't interest you, but in any case, if you want to check it out, there's a link in the video description. Thanks for watching, guys.